Hey everybody, welcome back to the Premium live stream. I'm your host Nick Taylor, and today I'm hanging out with my buddy Rishab Kumar. Rishab, how you doing today?
Hey Nick, good, good. Thank you for having me here. And yeah, it's been some time. It's been some time. We're trying to
Yeah.
figure out both of our schedules to have this amazing live stream. But yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, I've been excited to do this too. I think we first started talking about this when we met up at All Things Open last fall. And
Hmm.
then like obviously we've both been busy, but I think we chatted about it again at the AI World Fair, and then so we finally made
Yeah,
it happen. So I'm excited to just chat with you. It's live streaming for me is always like a cheat code. It gives me time to just hang with people where I can't normally hang with them. So this is good for that, for selfish reasons, but I'm also excited to chat about what we're going to dig into. We're going to be talking about Twilio has like some voice AI offering, and we're also going to be digging into LangChain a bit. And I know um, you've got it's a course on free code camp, right, with LangChain?
that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, free code camp's an amazing thing that's out in the world, but that's great that you were able to provide that course in there because I know these things take a lot of time, but I do know like a lot of people do appreciate those. It's such a great resource for people to learn. So I kind of wish I had it when I was starting off in software development, but
Yeah,
I'm a little
yeah,
older, so
yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. It was just like my way of, I guess, kind of giving back. Once I got like a bit comfortable with technical education content on my own channel.
yeah,
As you said, I have relied a lot on free code camp, at least for my career,
yeah,
very early on. So like when I was in tech support, trying to like transition into cloud engineering role, um, free code camp came clutch. They also have like a platform where you can practice hands on. They have
yeah.
like huge, really good, like free, I want to say like playground platform with like proper roadmap.
Okay,
So that's how I learned a bit of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript
okay.
um, back in like 2018, I guess.
Okay, I didn't even realize they had a playground. I know they have the podcast because I think we've both been on that, but
Mhm.
and obviously the blog, and like the blog includes the courses and stuff, but I didn't realize there was also a playground area. So that's cool to know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nice.
So, um, yeah, about LangChain, yeah, I was just like playing around with a lot of like AI stuff at that point. At that point, LangChain was like, I want to say 3 months after like they had the first version out, open source. It's an open source framework.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I'll try it out, and I really liked it and started prototyping a bunch of stuff with whether it's OpenAI or even locally running models.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun, and I'm like, oh, maybe you know I'll create a video. And then I looked at the video. It was like um, an hour, I believe. And shout out to the free code camp team. And I'm like, hey, I have this LangChain course. I think it'll be
Mhm.
helpful to have it on your channel because of just the reach they have.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah. I'm a writer over there, and I've just been so busy, and I still have to write some stuff over there. It's like I blog a lot, I live stream a lot, but
Mhm.
I feel like it's probably good that I should put something back there, you know. So that's still on my to-do list, but yeah, shout out to Quincy, the whole team, and yeah, just all the great content out there. And I guess this kind of brings like you're obviously in developer evangelist now, so I can only assume like I guess how did you like before we kind of dig into things? How did you get into tech education? Like was that pre getting into developer relations, or did this kind of happen as once you were in developer relations?
Oh, that's a great question. Yeah, I think for me it was pre-developer relations. Technical education is how I got into developer relations in a sense.
Okay.
Um, Yeah, it was around a little bit before COVID, but like I think COVID just made it. I don't know. I had more time then, I guess.
Yeah, I think a few of us had had a bit of free time.
And you know how it was, like especially in Canada and like in Ontario during the lockdown, it was like, it was pretty scary.
It's yeah, it was pretty brutal, the lockdown. Yeah, I probably worked more than I should have during the lockdown, but you're
Yeah,
kind of like, can't really go outside, so I guess I'll work. Yeah, so
exactly. Yeah. So yeah, it started for me with like technical blogs. So like a lot of written form content
yeah.
around cloud and all the different cloud engineering skills that I was learning at the time. I would just write about them, share it with the public on dev.to, and
Yeah.
you know, people seem to like. I had a good response. Like people seem to love my writing, and I'm like, oh, cool. Um,
Yeah.
and then yeah, I needed to improve on my public speaking skills. I have like a whole story about it, but we'll not dive deep into that. But yeah, that got me into like recording videos, not posting them online, just me recording technical demos and seeing how I can be like better
Mhm.
um, at presenting, even if it's just like internal projects and stuff.
Yeah,
But
totally.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that to your point about like public speaking and stuff, it's like I kind of feel I think a lot of it's just practice because like I've generally been pretty extroverted, I guess. I was maybe shyer a bit when I was younger, maybe a bit, but I've definitely found for me the unlock is just it's been either live streaming or just kind of always getting out of your comfort zone. Like, oh, I don't know if I can give this talk, and then like you give it, and like
Mhm.
I don't know about some of your first talks, but I gave them like the in-person ones, the remote ones are a little different, but the in-person one, I'm like, I did terrible. And then like I get off the stage and I had like a bunch of people tell me, that was great, man. Like, really appreciate it. And like, so maybe it's just in your head that you're not doing that well. But yeah, but yeah, definitely rinse, repeat definitely helps.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think for me, I remember very it's very vivid. My first talk was for Twilio within like
Okay.
15ish, like 2 weeks of joining, and it was 150 people, and I'm like, as I
Yeah, you're
was
like,
walking to the like the front, and I'm like, I was shaking, and I
yeah.
held the mic, and I could see the mic shaking, and I'm like, I need to calm down. Um, so I think rinse and repeat has. I feel more. Um, I still get anxious. I still get nervous, but like
Oh
once
yeah,
I
for sure.
start talking and like start connecting with the audience, I calm down now.
Yeah.
And it's more natural now. Like that's like one of the I think things that I knew I had to improve on. Like
Hmm.
is are people engaged and like it feels like where you're having a conversation rather than it's just me talking. That was the thing that I
Yeah.
was dealing with, like because I had very monotone, chill vibe
Yeah.
early on. I would just like, and people would lose interest. Now it's more, I don't know, it's more natural, I guess. But yeah, like to your point, once you start doing it again and again, you get, we have an amazing community. I feel like we get
Oh yeah, for sure.
awesome feedback, constructive feedback to like things to improve on. And there are a lot of people to look up to, like who are
Uh,
great
yeah.
presenters. And
Yeah, I've never met or seen Kelsey Hightower in person, but I've listened to talks online, and they're funny, they're engaging, and like it's kind of on my bucket list to hopefully catch one of those at some point. I know he's retired now, but he still does events and stuff, so
mhm,
that's kind of on the to-do list, but or bucket
nice.
list. Cool. Yeah, so speaking of like, DevRel, you're at Twilio now. We're gonna talk a bit about Twilio voice AI today. And I guess I guess if we kind of go back a bit, I guess uh, maybe we can dig into what that is exactly. Like, people have varying degrees of experience with AI. So what is the voice AI offering exactly? Is it listening to something, or is this interacting with it to, kind of like an Alexa kind of or Google kind of thing?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we built this adapter. It kind of is like an adapter. It's called Conversation Relay.
Okay.
And it basically lets you bring your own, like, can be plain LLM, or it could be an AI assistant or AI agent that you made, which is, most of the AI stuff is text based right now.
Yeah.
Um, Especially if you're building your own agents and stuff. Because you might be using, OpenAI or Google's Gemini API to interact and get responses from it. Um, so this adapter basically connects that LLM or agent or assistant to voice. So you can
Hmm.
call your Twilio number and you will be talking to the same assistant over
Okay.
voice. We handle like the entire speech to text and then back text to speech. We are partnered with obviously 11 Labs and other providers to have like naturally sounding voices, um, and also custom voices. So like you can, if you have your own voices inside 11 Labs and you want to bring
Okay.
that in, you can hook that up. And yeah, it's built on like Twilio's already existing global infrastructure, so you kind of have that power.
Yeah, and I guess I guess just to go back a bit even further, so like I'm familiar with Twilio, but I guess for folks who might be hearing about Twilio for the first time, it's quite a large platform, but and there's a lot of things they offer, but like I guess kind of at its core, what is Twilio?
Sure, yeah, it's you said it right. It's a large platform. I feel like when I talk to folks at, like, I was at a Austin meetup just 2 days ago, and um,
Okay.
as soon as people hear Twilio, they're like, "Oh, SMS company." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah," but
Okay.
in a whole, like, for developers, yeah, we are like majorly a communications platform as a company, but we have like Twilio Segment, which is our um, customer data platform, and like other stuff too, because it has grown so much.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, we provide APIs for SMS, so messaging in general, because we just made RCS generally available. Um, WhatsApp, so that all comes under the messaging umbrella. Then we
Okay.
have APIs for voice, so phone calls and stuff, and even email. So
Okay.
earlier, a few years ago when SendGrid acquisition happened, so we now support email.
Okay.
But yeah, anytime you think of sending a text message or any kind of communication programmatically, think about Twilio.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't realize. Maybe I saw that a few years ago. I didn't realize SendGrid was acquired by Twilio. I remember we used that at Dev 2 at one point.
Hmm, hmm.
I can't remember if we used Twilio or not. It's been forever, but okay, so that's cool. So it's basically lots of stuff available through Twilio. We're obviously not going to dig into all of that today, but we're going to talk about the conversational relay. So I guess let's talk about that. Like I worked for an AI company back in 2017 doing conversational AI, but it was just text-based stuff, and it was like
Hmm.
this is a long time ago, but it was like we were building Facebook Messenger bots, and it was like, you know, just like kind of that decision tree of what to do next. Like, I think like at the time, one of our big clients was in the makeup and beauty. And so it was
Okay.
like, doing like a skincare regime, and it's just like helping people pick it, and then it would offer products or whatever. But I guess, is this kind of that, but with like voice, or what is it exactly?
You can say that. I think, like, if I had to define it, because of what all is happening underneath, I guess, it's it is kind of that. Like, one of the biggest use cases would be, customer interactions. Like you already have
Mhm.
a customer service chatbot, which is text based, and but you
Yeah.
still have customers calling in to your help desk or whatever, like customer support. Um, and if you because AI agents, I would say, can take actions based on um, whatever the prompt is or whatever the your request is, and a lot
Yeah.
of the companies are investing on that side. You can have that same kind of experience now on call, I guess.
Okay.
So this helps you enable that without having to deal with all the stuff that I mentioned earlier on.
Okay, okay.
Um, non-robotic voices, I guess. You know,
Yeah.
uh, speech to text, text to speech. It was one of the like I remember 1.5 year ago we had like a hackathon in Toronto,
Okay.
and um, someone built like a Perplexity plus OpenAI plus Twilio um, helper. So like if
Okay.
you're trying to get pots or if you're trying to like fix up your furniture or something, you would
Okay.
call this number and it would like do a bunch of API calls to Perplexity, summarize it, and then have OpenAI give you step-by-step instructions. But at that time, conversation relay didn't exist.
Mhm. Okay.
So you waited like 5 to 10 seconds for like
Oh, all those API calls, I guess.
them
Yeah.
using like another API for speech to text and then back to text to speech. Like, yeah, all of those API calls and latencies and stuff added up, and you would like wait 10 seconds to hear a response. Um, so I remember I try to like see where we are headed, and I'm like, oh, now if you look at it with this
Yeah.
adapter, it's like it's so real time. um,
Yeah.
Especially with the advancements that even OpenAI is doing with real-time API. I think
Mhm.
it's we're getting there. Um, Also, um, numbers exist. People still like to call on numbers, so it's a
Yeah.
very widely used channel or medium, I would say, all across the world.
Mhm.
And you can just now
Yeah.
bring your AI agent.
Yeah. I think that's super cool. Especially like definitely the older demographic is big into phones still. Like like, you know, like my mom, older people I know, they want a landline still. It's like I gave up my landline a while ago, but like, and it was honestly VoIP at that point anyways, but it's just didn't need it. But also it's like not everywhere is North America either, right? Like I know a lot of people here, like I know like my kids, they're always just using Snapchat or they don't even use text to text people. It's always like,
Mm.
it's like trying to call them is like impossible. It's like so like, there's definitely still a huge demographic and also like, just technical support, like a lot of that's getting automated and you still need to yes, there's chatbots which can be helpful, but also like phone is still like people really do still want to speak to somebody. Obviously, this is AI, but like it's also getting better from what I've seen too.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
so, yeah,
No, definitely. And I also feel I don't know. It's a whole different topic to discuss of how we um like phones were invented to
yeah,
stay connected through calls and messaging to a certain extent, but how we have like shifted to like a very passive connection of like things like
yeah,
Snapchat or Instagram or other forms of sharing what you're doing.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I still use like obviously I have a cell phone and I still call people. Like some it's just out of necessity, like you can't use a plumber chat bot or text your plumber and just say come fix my thing. You still have to speak to people, but I find the list of people I talk to on the phone is actually it's definitely dwindled,
Hmm.
aside from like stuff where I need assistance, like I was saying, like the plumber, but it's only like a couple friends that I probably speak on the phone. The other times, it's also because people are across the world too, so it'll just be like through Google Meet or like I have an old coworker from Dev 2 who's in Thailand, so it's like calling him makes no sense. But so we'll do it over like Google Meets or something. But yeah, the landscape's definitely changing, and also I think it's good that voice is making advancements too, because just also to make things more accessible.
Mhm.
Not everybody can type, but not only that, it's just like even convenience. Like I don't know how you blog these days, but a lot of times I'll go out for like a long walk, and I've started to just dictate just ideas and stuff, and then I bring that back later because I find sometimes just sitting in front of a screen trying to type doesn't work for me for like getting my ideas out. So, anyways, that's my little ramble there, but
Yeah, yeah. No, I don't know who I was talking to, but I vaguely remember someone else mentioning like same kind of workflow where they just go for a walk, you know, dictate in
Mhm.
whatever the app is. It doesn't matter, like Apple Notes or whatever,
Yeah,
all their thoughts, and then they come back and like try to summarize it in a structured way, and then a blog post kind of comes out of it.
yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah, I do that. I want to say I got really um tired of typing
Oh yeah.
long text to like these AI apps. So like ChatGPT has the voice mode, or the
Hmm.
first one that came out with the voice mode, and then now like every um model supports it, or
Yeah,
application at least supports it. So yeah, I just, ramble or yap my thoughts, and I'm like, this is what I'm trying to do, blah 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 blah, and then like it keeps going, and then it's way
yeah.
easier, more natural for me
Oh
to
yeah, for
think
sure.
than to like type it out. But yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Cool, cool. So yeah, so speaking of voice, I guess we were gonna kind of dig into a bit. I know you wanted to maybe share some stuff, and so I guess we'll take a peek at conversational relay. Is that what you want to do, or
Sure.
what are you
Yeah.
thinking? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Given think that, yeah, well, I'll cheat a little bit, but for the code part of it, but
Okay.
um we do have a great product page, so you are feel free to check it out. Nick has been kind enough to already have that in the chat, but basically, yeah, this is what conversation relay is. You can see that you do need a WebSocket server, because that's how we connect to it.
Hmm.
um so basically, conversation relay sits between your AI application, and I'll zoom in a little bit, I guess.
Okay.
There we go. So conversation relay sits between your AI application here, and then that's how your AI app is connected to the Twilio voice number.
Okay.
And then underneath, yeah, as I said, we are already, handling the heavy lift of speech to text, text to speech. We also have like our own orchestration to handle interruptions. So because sometimes
Okay.
AI can generate, very long responses, and they keep talking, but the user might interrupt. So it handles those interruptions. But also you can hook it up to conversational AI, or sorry, conversation intelligence, which
Okay.
kind of provides you. Let me see if I can put it up here. Um, yeah, basically like how your agent is performing, like sentiment around it, and things like that. So if you're really interested in this topic and you want to build something for your business or for your teams, go check it out. I would say look at conversation intelligence as well. But today I'll be talking about this conversation relay, and my choice of the language is going to be Python.
Okay.
Um, but we have it available in all um, major programming languages, so you can check it out.
Cool.
Also, it's bring your own model. So
Oh, okay.
if
Nice.
you are like, oh, I prefer Chat GPT or like GPT 5.0 specifically over Gemini 2.5 Flash, sure, go for it. Like whatever you like. So let's open up my VS Code here. It's a blank project right now, so I'll get going with creating like a quick Python application here.
Yeah.
Oops, what's going on with Oh My Posh?
Is Oh My Posh like Oh My Zish?
Yeah, 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 for PowerShell.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, you're on Windows. Okay. Yeah. I haven't been on a. Well, I use Windows occasionally, but I don't have a Windows box anymore.
Got it, got it. Are you like on a Mac or you're like Linux?
Yeah, I'm on Mac, but I also have like a mini PC that's it's actually dual boot. It's got Linux and Windows, but
Got
because
it.
it came with Windows, but I've been using it for Linux to do stuff I do for work. But
Nice.
yeah, cool.
That's cool. Um, Downloads, Twilio. Nope. Now I need to remember where I created this folder. There
It's
we
all good.
go.
That
Um, I'm just creating a virtual environment so that I can install all the required dependencies that I need for this quick demo here.
okay.
Um, me,
While that's loading, just a quick question about Python. I don't do a lot of Python. It's usually not because I don't like it. It's just not in my normal tool set. But in terms of virtual environments, what do you, I guess, prefer or recommend? I know I currently have like PyEnv on my machine.
okay,
Uh, is VNV something that's native to Python now? Or
that's a great question. I don't know that, but UV has been gaining a lot of attention.
yeah, I've heard
So
good things about UV. It's kind of like the NPX of NPM.
exactly, and it's
Yeah.
I have tried it. I have not. I need to get into the habit of using it.
Okay.
um, but when I tried it, it's like super fast. For like the other adjacent like package managers, and you can like this is their homepage, and this is the first thing that they mention.
Okay.
And you can already look at it. Um, it's 10 to like 100x faster than pip. So
Okay.
I need to um because I use VNV and pip, so like I need to
Okay.
like change my wiring in the brain to like start using UV more. That's a good point.
Okay.
Um, but
Oh
yeah,
yeah, no pressure. I was just curious because I'm less familiar with the Python ecosystem. So
yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe next stream we use UV for whatever
all
we
right,
try to build.
there we go. Sounds good.
Cool. Um, and because I'm gonna be using a bunch of packages, it's better to just have them in requirements.txt.
Okay.
And this is where I cheat now. Um, so that we spend more time looking at the demo than actually typing it out. So okay, we got UVCon, huge fan of fast API. Python.env allows you to basically have your secrets in a .env file.
hmm
WebSockets, as I said, that's what will connect our voice or Twilio voice to your AI application. And this, as I already said, if you want to use Gemini, I have some code samples for like both API or AI providers. So
Okay.
today we'll be using OpenAI. Now, we have that. So what we'll do is do a quick pip install in our environment here so that we have all the required packages that we'll be using the demo
Okay.
today. And usually it takes a few seconds, but while that happens, I'm gonna go ahead and also bring in the main.py stuff. So let me go back to main.py. I'll zoom it a little bit more. There we go. This is the first bit, and I'll go. I guess I can go line by line, I guess.
Yeah.
So nothing interesting is happening on the top apart from like we are importing those packages that we just installed in our virtual environment.
Okay.
Um, yeah. So OpenAI, Fast API, WebSocket, and .env, and then I'm setting up some environment variables to like a global configuration that we'll be
Okay.
using. So domain this because we'll need to add our WebSocket API URL to
Hmm.
the Twilio console, and you look at it later. But basically, we need to expose our locally running application through web, or you can host it on cloud, which you would do
Okay.
like in a production use case. Um, the port is specified, so I'll be running this on my localhost port 8080. We also I like to set like a welcome greeting saying that, hey, I'm a voice assistant. So this is the greeting that will be said as soon as you call the number,
Okay.
right?
Gotcha.
The other global config that I have is a system prompt. So this is just telling the OpenAI, like OpenAI model that, hey, like you are assistant that is helping over voice, right? Um,
Hmm.
so that it's just easier when that text to speech transition happens. It's not, like please spell out all numbers, for example, 20 and not like number 20, right? Do not
Okay.
include emojis because like they're not going to get translated well. Do not
Yeah.
include bullet points, asterisks, or special symbols. Just like a sanity check. I know this
Hmm.
prompt can be made better, but it's a
Yeah.
quick example.
Yeah. I know for sure. For sure. Side note, but I always tell AI, please no emojis in general, even in text. It really loves injecting emojis for some reason.
It
Rockets,
does.
green check boxes. Anyways.
Also, the sparkle one, like early
Yeah.
on, it's and that's how I tell if like a post is like AI generated. I do it certain times. I'm not gonna
Hmm.
lie. I'm
Yeah.
I'm there as well, but like it's so easy to tell. Like if there are emojis and there's a
Yeah.
specific pattern of emojis, um, yeah. I'm not against emojis, by the way, but like if there is a
Oh yeah,
specific
I like
pattern,
emojis too, and I use them in my daily, work. But yeah, sometimes it's just like it's a little too much. It puts it into like if I'm refining a blog post, it injects it into the headings and everywhere, and I'm like, no, no, no. So
nice. Yeah. Been there. Cool. And then the next thing that's happening is just us initiating the OpenAI client with passing in the OpenAI API key. Again,
mhm.
all of this will be stored in a .env file. So let me create that, but I'll edit it later without showing it to the entire live stream here, to the entire
Yeah, yeah,
world.
no, no,
Don't
no
want to
free
expose.
OpenAI API keys today.
Um, and you'll see the sessions. This is just like empty dictionary that I'm using, but we'll store like as soon as one person calls, we'll store their call SID, which is like their individual ID that
Okay,
Twilio assigns. Just for like so like if you have this in production, multiple people are calling, they have different sessions. Um, Initiating the fast API, so nothing special here. Now I'll create one function, which will be the AI response function. So this is the function that'll get the response from OpenAI.
okay,
So as you can see, AI response. It takes one argument that is messages, and basically I'm using the 4.0 mini, but
Mhm.
you can change this. I find that 4.0 mini is like, it's not only cheap but it's also fast in generating responses. So great model. I haven't tried, especially with the API. I need to try this. Well, this will be like my weekend adventure, I guess. I haven't tried the GPT-5 models
Yeah.
with API. Have
Okay.
you tried those?
I've I've used 5 and 5 mini, and I one thing I noticed with 5, like, cause like, I have a MCP client I built that we use for demos because 'cause we're securing MCP servers, and as soon as it makes tool calls, maybe it's fixed now, but it would keep looping the tool call, like, it would just keep trying to call it, and then it just basically timed out. I don't know. I literally tried this though, like 2 days after it came out, so maybe that
Mm,
was a known issue that they sorted out, but, and it seemed to do well for, like, some DevOpsy stuff I was doing because like, I'm no Docker captain, and I'm a lot familiar with Docker now and Docker Compose, but I've been leveraging the CLI tools for, like, whether that's like, I was using Codex, but I've got Open Code and Claude
mhm,
Code as well, and I find that's a super unlock for me in the CLI when there's certain commands I don't know or I know what I wanna do, and
mhm,
it plans it out for me, so it seemed to work well with that, but I haven't really used it to generate code a lot, but I've heard from some coworkers that, like, the Go code it generates isn't great. So, I don't know if
mm.
they're still tweaking it for code, but, that's kind of the only feedback I can give right now, so
Cool, cool. Yeah, the wasn't it yesterday or today that they announced like some codex improvements, and then it's also now integrated into like the
okay.
IDE.
I gotta check that out 'cause I maybe I'll just update Codex and see. I'll
Yeah, I
definitely have to
gotta
take that for a
gotta
spin.
try that out. I'm looking at Twitter as we are talking about it to see. Um,
Yeah. There was I don't know, it was kinda mixed, like, there was definitely people that said it's amazing, and then there's others that it's like, it's not great, so, like, I mean, I take everything with a grain of salt on Twitter, but definitely, yeah, definitely there's definitely opinions right now.
Definitely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, this was yesterday evening. Codex feature to make it more effective coding collaboration. So a new IDE extension, and
Okay,
then easily move tasks between the cloud and your local environment. Code reviews in GitHub, revamped Codex CLI, and now it's obviously
yeah,
powered by GPT-5.
yeah,
Nice,
no,
nice. I
I'm
want to
I'm
try that
definitely
out.
gonna check that out. You mind, sharing that link in the private chat? I'll go read up on that a bit more later.
Cool, cool.
Cool. Okay, so
Awesome.
so like you were saying, so you've got everything set up. We've got a function here that's talking to OpenAI.
Yeah. Yeah. And now we'll create like the WebSocket endpoint. So since we're using Fast API is just like I want to say like a web um, API library that helps you
Okay.
building APIs with Python very um, easily or like less pain. I love it. It's pretty fast. Um,
Hmm.
Very similar to Flask. So
Okay.
what I'm gonna do, and this is like the biggest I guess kind of the function for WebSocket, because um, this is where a lot of like the logging in the console and things like that will be happening, but also um, accepting connection from the voice call and then sending it over to like the WebSocket API endpoint,
Hmm.
and then also disconnecting the connection. So like once either the user hangs up or something like an error happens, or we deal with an error, just to disconnect the call
Yeah.
essentially. So created the slash ws for WebSocket as the endpoint.
Okay.
And then this is, as I already kind of explained, where you have a try statement here that we are setting this up for the specific call SID. So as I said earlier, we get a unique ID from Twilio
Mhm.
as soon as a new user calls in or a caller calls in.
Okay.
Um, we also now you can see kind of how the you know OpenAI API works is because you're sending in that role and that you're acting as a system, and then also the content, which is the system prompt to
Mhm.
OpenAI, which is our AI of choice today. And then, as I said, I love good print statements because it helps
Yeah, yeah.
debugging later. But all of this is also being printed in the console as we go through all of these steps, right? So we also append the role of the user, which is going to be the caller for us, and also whatever their message is. And we are sending this in the content JSON property to OpenAI.
Mhm.
This is all being saved in the voice prompt. Um, and this is what it also looks like in terms of how it'll have the context of the conversation over time.
Okay.
And then I know I'm speeding through this, but all of this, I have like a dedicated. I need to find. I give this as a talk where I went step through
Okay.
step. But I'll also include the GitHub repo for this one. Let me
Oh,
do that
cool.
right now, I guess, since
Yeah,
we're
and,
at it.
I'll definitely add it to the YouTube description after too.
Cool. Here we go.
Cool. Yeah, I'll go ahead and drop that in the chat. Boom, boom. And I'll just go drop it over on LinkedIn too, because LinkedIn, with all the multi-streaming platforms, you still
Uh-huh.
can't. There's certain APIs they don't give access to. So
Interesting.
it's a yeah, and it's not a restream limitation. It's like I think it's the same issue even if you're in like StreamYard or whatever you use.
Oh, it's like their API that's not exposed
Yeah,
or something. Yeah,
yeah. I guess I don't know. Maybe it's a big lift to bring in that. I don't know, but famous last words,
probably.
saying, "Oh, it's pretty easy, isn't it? Just open the API." Or
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, and then also like things like handling interruption, as I already said, a lot of this is supported by Conversation Relay. So going to Conversation Relay, we'll add that, but nothing like fancy is happening here because we have the try statement. We also
Mhm.
have the accept. So here it just disconnects the WebSocket connection and also like prints it out.
Okay.
So there's a cool thing called Twiml, which is basically um, Twilio's like XML. So it has its own like things you can use. So
Okay.
one of them being like this response. So what I've done here, just to backtrack, is created a Twiml endpoint. This is what we'll have in the Twilio console for our number. So as soon as the call comes in, Twilio knows where to go for like
Okay.
what's going to happen with this call, right?
Yeah.
And this Twiml endpoint will be accepting that connection from Twilio,
Okay.
and then it returns a Twiml
XML.
response, XML or Twiml,
Haven't seen
um,
that in a while.
to connect to the WebSocket endpoint that we just created.
Okay.
And you can see this is just the basic XML stuff, but these are the key terms that we'll be using one of them. So we have a response, then we are connecting, and then we are specifying conversation relay, which is the adapter that I talked in the beginning about.
Okay.
URL is set to the WebSocket URL, which if you go up, we had in the global config. So
Mhm.
this will be whatever our tunneling service will give us as the domain
Okay.
/ws, which, if you remember, was the endpoint for our WebSocket.
Okay.
Well, welcome greeting, was the other global config. So this will be said as soon as we have that connection over Twilio.
Okay.
So, hi, I'm a voice assistant powered by Twilio and OpenAI. Ask me anything. Simple as that.
Nice.
And then, yeah, this is the entire XML response. I think I'm missing the return statement. So, and you can see like Copilot suggesting it. Yes, I need
Okay.
the return statement.
Cool.
So, yeah, the content is the XML response. And then, of course, we have to specify the media type to be text based, but also XML.
Mhm.
I don't know if it will be application. I think it's text.
Yeah, I think it is text. The MIME type. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah, the MIME
that.
type.
Yeah.
I
I
think
just
this
did a
looks.
graceful changing my headphones. I forgot to charge my over
Ooh,
the ear headphones before the stream, so they're not dead yet, but I didn't want it to just die while you were talking to me, so I did a somewhat clunky transition, but
I
I'm
didn't
back
even
still
realize
here.
that. I was so into the nice. Yeah, that was very smooth. It's like a F1 pit stop. Cool. I think we are ready apart from the environment variables.
Okay.
Let me double check. Oh, yeah, we need the usual Python boilerplate stuff at the end. So we are using UVCon to run our web API here, and then also again a helpful print statement. But now I think we're ready. So I'm gonna take this to my other screen,
Yeah, and do
and
some environment magic.
I'll have this
Yeah,
GitHub repo here so that you can, if you want to, you know, have it open on your own machine, try it out.
cool. And that's the same one you shared before, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
okay,
yep,
cool.
yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, while Rishab's filling out the .env file, this is something people normally don't have to worry about, but as people who live stream, I feel like I've done this a bunch of times, but have you exposed keys before on a live stream? I feel like you probably have, maybe.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Um, I should I shouldn't have said definitely, but I
Yeah,
have.
I do it all the time.
I do it all the time. Come to my streams every week. You'll get an API key.
Yeah, get an API key. You get an API key.
Yeah, it's a running joke.
Yeah.
I've exposed my number so many times because of, and I'm probably gonna, I don't know, we'll see. I don't
Yeah.
want to expose it today, but it's one thing that, yeah, because you're working with, numbers.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah, I hear you. Anyways, I'll let you finish configuring that. And yeah, so you're gonna configure obviously the OpenAI API key. You need some domain or base URL because you're gonna be running this locally, and then we're gonna tunnel it, I guess, right?
Yeah, yeah. And I don't have I know I have like the domain stuff, the URL, the environment variable for that. I have it specified as ngrok because that's what I use on my like work machine and stuff.
Hmm.
But I don't think I have ngrok on um my like Windows machine here through which I'm streaming.
Okay.
So
Uh, Yeah, you can. I can't remember when I discovered this, but since you're a fan of VS Code and you have it open, once you're finished configuring some stuff in the .env file, there's actually a really great feature in VS Code called port forwarding, and it's
mm,
essentially it's tunneling basically. And if it's probably something I didn't realize a while ago, but like if you're using code spaces, they automatically tunnel stuff.
yeah,
So it's essentially that feature, but it's for whatever reason I never clued into it, or I think I just never saw it in VS Code. I think I might have, because it's a tab if you open up the terminal on the bottom or your bottom panel, and you just basically you choose a port. So like in your case here, I think you have yours set to 8080. So your local
interesting.
environment's gonna run, and we can go through it, I guess, once you're done, or yeah, start it up now, and we can kind of go through it.
Yeah, I
And
didn't know that. And that's why I love like code spaces and stuff because so code spaces, there are a few reasons. One of them is, the port forwarding, of course, but
yeah,
also like not having to deal with, you know, dependency issues or different environment.
oh yeah, for sure.
Like for especially for like giving out talks and stuff, it's like, yeah, you have your dev what's the file called?
The dev
Dev
container.json is that?
container.json. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And it's such a breeze because yeah, you
yeah,
can spin it
totally.
up. Uh, okay. So we have the UVCon application running, as you can see on port 8080. And now I think you said open the terminal thing. Oh,
Yeah,
ports.
so you have ports here. So if your web server is running, even if it's not running, you can still choose the port. But if you just click on forward a port, and I think yours is 8080, you said.
Yep.
So yeah, and then just press enter. Now, yeah, it's gonna, okay. Yeah, you got to use GitHub, I guess. I'll let you sign in there.
Hmm.
Cool. And then that should kick in a sec. I'm not sure if it'll automatically add the 8080 if we have to do it again once you're logged in. Okay. So here, if you look, there's that
Interesting.
forwarded address now. So like if you click on that, or click the globe icon, it's going to open up a browser, and it's going to go to this URL, which is like a Microsoft
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
URL, and it's going to ask you if you want to connect to this. That's because by default it's private, because it's, the assumption is maybe it's just you doing this.
Mhm.
So but you can see there for folks in the chat, you can see this is obviously there's something, it's giving a 404 on your web server, I guess, but this is actually Rishab's local host web server running on port 8080 in the cloud based off of this port forwarding. um, so people can try to access that, and because you have it set to private right now, like
Mhm.
they'll probably get a denied error. But if you go back to the port, like it depends what you want to do. If you wanted other people to access it, because I this is what I've
Ah, I
done when
see.
I've given talks. You can change the visibility to public, and I'm not sure if you'll need to do that for what you're going to demo, but you can basically change the port visibility just there, and you can set it to public, and then anybody can access that URL. So this is it's similar to
Nice.
ngrok. I think the main difference is ngrok allows you to use custom domain names if you want, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and the only other thing I'll say about this, and I only discovered this after using it for a while, is that address you have now, that is tied to the machine you're on. So if you ever open up port 8080 again, that URL never changes. So I used to use this in like GitHub apps
Mhm.
when I was giving demos about Copilot extensions.
Mhm.
So it's just a
Nice.
really handy feature if you're in VS Code, basically.
Definitely, definitely. I love having tools within one space.
Hmm. Yeah,
And also like you can change like port protocol and stuff. So that's really good.
yeah,
This is very handy. It's from the look of it, it's very similar to the code spaces interface.
Yeah,
But yeah, I
yeah,
didn't know
exactly.
until today that you could do that in VS Code. So thank you.
Oh yeah, no worries. This is a side note, but this is why I like hanging out with people too. It's like people showing their tools or like this is how I debug this, like I'm sure, if you I don't do a lot of Python, but like if I did, I'd be like, "Oh, okay, I didn't know you could do that," or like you'll pull
Yeah,
up
yeah,
some
yeah, yeah.
tool, and that's why just to your point about like the free code camp and just in general open source or sharing, it's like I think it's just more helpful to just share. Like it's not like the old days where people used to gate the knowledge and worry about losing their job. I think it's more beneficial to just put it out there. So
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, I was. This reminds me of like there's another because we started talking about debugging. There's another
mhm.
feature or like extension. It's now VS like Microsoft's, and you could basically prayer program. Um, so you'll have like the same. You know how in Google Docs or any of the notes sharing app, you see like another cursor of the other person.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you can do that in VS Code, which like I know I want to say it's what was about 4 years ago when I first discovered it because someone on the team was using it. I'm like, oh, this is so handy. Like you
yeah,
can be like on a Slack huddle or an audio call, but also like actually, they can make changes and you can make changes live. It's just so
yeah,
handy.
yeah. No, definitely. I think that are you referencing? Is it live share you're talking about?
Live share, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah. That was in the age of AI. I haven't been using that as much, but like prior, yeah, it's still potentially handy. I think, but
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I have used it like very often right now, but I know that was
okay,
like one of the things that I used to use a lot early in my career. But yeah,
okay,
okay. So before I like start clicking at things, I'm in my Twilio console, if
okay,
you're wondering, and I have like few numbers, and they're Canadian numbers. So um I know like I've recently not recently now, I think it's been like 9 to 10 months that I've moved to Dallas.
okay,
But yeah, before that I was based in Kitchener Waterloo area for like last 3 years. Um and it was fun. And before that, I was based in Kingston.
okay. Yeah, I've been in Kingston a bunch.
Nice, nice. Yeah, for like almost 6-ish years.
Yeah, it's a really nice city actually. I've driven through Kitchener, but to Kingston I've stayed at a bunch of times. So.
Nice, nice. Um, cool. Okay, so what we have got here is, again, thanks to Nick, the tunnel URL from VS Code, and then the slash Twiml endpoint. I gotta just check the method that we're using for Twiml. So it's a post.
Okay,
So I'll change this to post. So this is the so when a call comes in, Twilio will send like a webhook request to oops this endpoint of our application. I'm gonna
okay,
save this. And now let's see if everything works as expected. So we have our application running here. So I'll have that up. And then I'm gonna call my Twilio number and see if we can talk to OpenAI, I guess.
okay. All right.
So I have my Twilio number here, and I'll put it on speaker.
We are sorry. An application error has occurred. Goodbye.
It even it even says there's an error, so the voice works for errors too.
Let's try to find out what's happened. I don't see any error messages, so this will be interesting.
Okay. And I mean, I'm assuming the port forwarding is working. Like if you that URL, if you go to it, like it'll probably say you can't do the invalid method if you do like a get, obviously, like if you paste it in the browser, but
That's a good point.
there's yeah, what was the endpoint again? It was just /twiml.
Yeah, it was just /twiml, and it should say
Yeah, like it'll probably just
not
okay. So
allowed.
method not, so the endpoint is working, at least for like it's healthy, it appears to be.
Yeah, let's see if I can do a post. Thunder client. New request. Will not
Yeah, this is
specify.
a nice hidden gem as well, this extension in VS Code.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Okay, so the API keys, or what is? Oh no, it does answer. Okay.
Yeah, it gives the this is what we are looking for. It gives the XML or the TWIML response.
Yeah.
I wonder.
So if that works, maybe just double check the, like, I guess the only other place it would be the configuration. Maybe there's like a typo or something. I think you copy pasted it, but like in your Twilio dashboard or
Probably.
console.
Let's see. Let's make sure we're not missing anything.
Oh, is it the ngrok URL?
Oh yes, it is the ngrok URL.
Okay.
Because I never
Yeah,
copied this.
Okay.
Or had it in the .env file.
Okay.
Is what I meant to say.
Don't show your .env file.
Yep, I have it on the other window.
Okay, cool.
So
Okay, cool. That's also another nice feature of VS Code. I can't remember when they released that. It was like earlier this year that you can have separate windows now.
Oh yeah. I think it was early this year. But for people wondering, this is what we're referring to. So like, if you have like a specific file, in my case, I don't want to show up .env on this screen, which is the one I'm sharing, but I have like an external monitor. You can go and click on move into new window, and so your directory of the project is still the same, but you have like additional windows now per file, which is super handy. Okay, so because this URL is empty. Now let's see.
Okay, yeah, it was staring right in front of us actually. Yeah.
Let's see if we can. I don't know if I need to restart it. Probably.
Oh, I think you need to do a post too, I think.
Yeah. Where did?
Oh, you mean restart the Python server?
Yeah. Do I have? Yeah, I have it copied here. So post, send. Yeah, need to restart it. So start our Python server and send that again. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
That's getting picked up. Awesome. So let's try calling our number again. And we'll have our server open here.
I will say I've never tried this port forwarding feature with WebSockets. Oh no, I have used it for WebSockets.
Sorry. I'll hang up. Oh, you have tried it with WebSockets. Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, I forgot. Like the protocol, is it supported or not?
Yeah, it does work, because I've done a lot of front end, and Vite runs a WebSocket server during development, so it did work. Yeah. I wasn't sure when you were about to call. That's all.
No, you're good. And it's AI, so I can hang up. I'll try again. Interesting.
We are sorry. An application is.
That is interesting.
Okay.
I don't know if it's my reception. Before. It did work before, but did it not clear these sessions?
Oh, okay, yeah, maybe.
Let's see. Uh, hmm. Let's try it again.
Cool. Also, this is the beauty of live coding, live demoing.
Yeah, it is. Hey, what model are you?
I am based on OpenAI's GPT-3 model. How can I assist you today?
Interesting. Did you know that Taylor Swift got engaged this week?
I did not have that information in my training data, which goes up to October 2023. If that is true, it would certainly be significant news for her fans. Do you have any more details about it?
No, that's about it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, wait.
If you have any other questions or need...
Yeah, I just wanted to show like the
Sure,
interruption. How does it handle?
Oh, okay, yeah. No, that was great. That is actually pretty cool.
Cool.
The interruption typically refers...
I'm gonna hang up now. Thank you.
You are
that
welcome.
was actually
Have a great day.
that was pretty cool because I liked how you were showing the text that translates it into. That was pretty cool to see it in real time.
Yeah. The transcription. Yeah. Yeah, it helps. The one of the things that people, or I think, will be also helpful is the response times. So like having like the timestamped responses here,
Mhm.
which would be nice because if you're like interested in like latency and stuff, for this demo. But yeah. So it's a pretty cool. Like this is just the starting point, but like you can build a lot of cool things. Um, I know like there's a lot of like RAG use cases specifically for customer service.
Yeah.
Because like having been worked in technical support, like we had our own knowledge bases and stuff. I can just like look back and I'm like, oh, the number of like issues that are like tier one, how many of them we could hand it off to like something like an AI agent that has that knowledge base
Yeah.
as context through RAG and help customers to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Um,
Totally. I used to work prior to being a software developer, trying to land my first job. I did internet technical support for Bell, and so it's like
cool.
you had like a sheet with like common scenarios, and it was actually one of the first things I kind of programmed. I got bored of like I just basically made it was kind of like a single page app where they picked the question and I would show them what the possible answers were. But to your point about the RAG, like it's definitely helpful in those contexts. Like, hey, my internet doesn't work. Oh, you know, is your modem plugged in? I know that sounds silly, but you'd be surprised how many people have not plugged in their modem. But so like it would be great for. I'm sure it's great in the kind of call center scenario for sure.
Definitely. Like I remember, so I supported a SaaS product, and like going back to your like the unplugged modem or that kind of thing, we
Yeah.
had times where like yeah, it'll be so like first of all it's very repetitive,
Hmm.
because there's only like very rare, if your product is like obviously um a legacy kind of product, has been in the industry for like 9 to 10 years, it's going to be very repetitive. There's very few edge cases that people are going to hit. So
Yeah.
yeah, I remember, and I think yeah, it would be so handy to have even like text based, would be nice, but like yeah, this gives you the power for it to be voice based, because I know
Yeah.
I dealt with like I think around like 10 to 15 calls every day. So
Yeah.
uh, this would be helpful. Talking about RAG, I guess we
Yeah.
can. I don't know. I know we are on
Oh,
about time.
I've still got time. I don't have any meetings today, so or at least they were this morning. But yeah, I'm good to still chat about LangChain if you want to dig into it. I definitely want to be respectful of your time, but if you got time still, yeah, we can definitely do that.
Yeah, I do have like 10 minutes, I want to say, or
Okay,
11 minutes as of now, but
cool.
what we I can still touch on LangChain, but if there's interest in the chat or people are interested, maybe we, build something with LangChain.
Yeah,
Um
why don't we do that? I know it's 10 minutes, but I feel like we could do a speed run maybe.
okay, let's try it. We'll
Okay,
try
cool.
it.
I'll bring back
Uh,
the screen here.
yeah.
Cool. And while you're just getting set up there, I guess just a quick question for people who've never heard of LangChain. What is LangChain?
That's a good question. So it has evolved, and I think my understanding or definition of it hasn't evolved as much, because they
Okay.
have like other, like if you look at the products tab, you can see LangGraph and LangChain, but you also see the platforms that are available from them now. But
Hmm.
early on, when like if you look at the LangChain course and stuff like that, yeah, it was basically a framework that was available in JavaScript and Python, for
Okay.
you to build AI powered applications, with tooling around, being like platform agnostic. So
Okay.
what do I mean by that is, like Google has their own SDK for generative AI. OpenAI has their own like kind of way of integrating their models through API. Like if you go to the OpenAI documentation,
Yeah.
I think the power of LangChain was that the framework and how the things work will remain the same. You can just switch models,
Okay.
based on your needs, and you wouldn't have to change like the entire, you um, application logic.
Okay. Gotcha.
So specifically looking at the LangChain, I do have like I remember I had slides and stuff, but I know you shared the link to the course. So if you
Hmm.
look at that one, that one has like slides and stuff to like better explain um,
Okay.
what all different things are part of LangChain. Um, but yeah, the composability of this framework is what like really stood out early on.
Okay.
So let's look at the Python version. Here's the link, and then you can see kind of the tutorials. So this the documentation in itself has evolved a lot.
Okay.
Um, but I usually like if I want to quickly prototype a RAG based application, LangChain was like my go-to framework to do that in.
Okay.
So let's look at chatbots and RAG, I guess. And we'll see. So this one is through Quick Start. There we go. So this one is for their Gemini, or Google's Gemini model.
Okay.
And okay, let's try it out, because so the reason why I'm going through the docs is, let me look at my like LangChain example, and I know it's pretty old, so things have been,
Oh, the API might have changed.
yeah, the things have changed. I know that for sure. Which one? Intro to LangChain, maybe. Yeah, this is the course. So like the way I do thing, or I did things based on the documentation. When was the
Hmm.
last commit? Last year. I guess things
Okay.
have changed a lot. But let's take this as a challenge. Let's see if this will work.
Yeah, we'll just YOLO it and see what happens.
YOLO. I love like how there's like Claude YOLO mode,
Oh yeah.
and it's like you don't have to like accept changes. It's just auto accepts everything. Okay, so we'll create a new repo. I also need to deactivate the virtual environment, and we'll call it LangChain. Let's see. Oh, I have to create it first. No, that is the wrong one. LangChain. Let's see. Okay,
There we go.
and then we'll open it in VS Code. Copy. Yes, I trust the authors. Copy over the. Wow, it's a long time. There we go.
Okay.
Copy this over. And let's look at the requirements.txt.
I guess if you grab, okay, there's no version set on them, so it's gonna grab the latest. I guess that's the thing.
Yeah. Like I should have had versions.
That's all
Or
good.
I should just
that's all
update
part of
this
YOLO.
sample. In general, I should update this sample in itself. Requirements.txt. Save this. Oh, it didn't copy the entire thing. There we go. Come back here, do the same stuff of virtual environment because I don't. It's easier to deal with dependencies then.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Okay. And then activate it.
Oh, you pipped installed already?
No, I'm gonna do that now.
Okay.
There we go. I think I also like had a front end built with Streamlit for this. Yes, I did.
Okay. Yeah, I remember. I think it was Streamlit that Lizzie Siegel showed me. It's like a year and a half ago, maybe.
Yeah. That's how I learned as well. So shout out to Lizzie. Yeah, she used to work. She's at Cloudflare now, doing great things. Yeah, she used to do a lot of like stuff here at Twilio as well. That's how I learned about Streamlit. I'm like, oh, this is cool because I cannot build cool front ends at all. So, well, it has changed now, of course, with AI. It's very doable. Cool. Okay, I think this works. Nope. Okay, that's just upgrade notice. Cool.
Okay.
So, I also need OpenAI API key. Not gonna do it. I know people might have had their fingers crossed.
Somebody's asking. Oh, wait, I'm missing part of it. What are some exciting things we can build with LangChain and Twilio? Is a question in the chat.
That's a great question. I would say that maybe try building like we were talking, Nick, about like having a RAG project and then connecting that RAG like agent or assistant, whatever you want to call it, connecting that with conversation relay. That is also like, I think that's what I'll do. I already have like an SMS based one. All things open AI, all things open AI. Of this year, I gave a talk about it where I built like a certification, a Google Cloud certification chatbot, and you could interact with it via WhatsApp. So it was RAG
Yeah.
based. It had context of the official certification guides from Google, and it will help you study, like, give you project ideas, specifically with context, like, oh, these are the things that are going to be covered in the certification
Mhm.
exam. But I connected that AI assistant to Twilio via WhatsApp as the channel, so you could chat with it via WhatsApp.
Oh, okay, okay.
Something like that for voice would be nice.
Yeah. I feel like you could build a learning tool that way, like just talking, if you had, depending on what the RAG is, like whether it's the certification or not. But
Definitely.
yeah.
Okay, so streamlit1, streamlit.py. What?
And for folks who just tuned in, like X-Man, or maybe you were here for a bit, so we're kind of YOLOing this one. So Rishab has done a lot of LangChain. This project that we copy pasted in, it's about a year old, so we updated the dependencies, and we're just gonna kind of see if it works. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Sometimes APIs change, but hashtag YOLO. So
Hashtag YOLO. Um, let's see. It's taking its sweet time.
just like node modules.
Yeah, this might be the stream that switches me over to UV.
Yeah, like I said, I don't do a lot of Python, but I've used it to install some things or just run quickly, like for MCP servers, if you're doing local ones. There's like, I think I'm using MCP doc as one of the MCP servers, and you just install it with UV. So it's just UV MCP doc, and it just runs. Like, obviously you need UV installed, but yeah, it seemed pretty quick in my experience. But again, I haven't done a lot of Python, so.
Cool. That's good to know. Yeah, I saw that a lot of the examples for like MCP stuff are like if you go to the docs, they use UV.
Mhm.
So maybe it's time to uh oh, there we go. First error.
Okay. Okay, so module not found, import.
Wait, what? Main as pet's name. Oh, LangChain OpenAI is not a module anymore.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
We could
Let's
probably
see
ask
how
AI to fix your project.
country on paid documenting text completion model. It isn't popular OpenAI chart completion models. This page instead. Okay.
So they have.
It does.
Oh, you had OpenAI. There's a separate package now, I guess.
Let's
In
see.
your
This
requirements.txt, I think.
probably. So let's pip install this. Yeah, I need to update stuff. Yeah, of course. It's installing it again. So it was not installed, I guess. No, this is. I'm gonna close this one.
Okay.
Streamlit.py. Did it not install requirements.txt at all, I guess? Because, yeah, none of this.
Oh, yeah, it's not showing.
Maybe it didn't.
Silly. But you're in the right folder? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I am, but I don't know what happened there. Let's see. So to modify. Wait, what?
To modify pip, please.
Sure. Why not? Why not?
Okay. YOLO.
Yep. Speed running. Whatever
Yeah.
is the error, just
But yeah, if hopefully we get something right. But if not, this is not Rishab's code. That's the problem. It's just we're looking at a older project and some things have changed. But actually, if you want to drop that project, Rishab, in the private chat, I can post it and like folks can pull it down. And honestly, just try upgrading if depending on where we get with it. But
Oh, that would be awesome. Feel free to. It's open source. It's under MIT, so
yeah, PRs welcome, I'm assuming.
PRs are welcome. Issues are welcome. Where did it go?
I think it was. Is it Pet's name LangChain or Intro to LangChain talk?
Why can't I? Intro, yes. I don't know why I didn't see that. Okay, I'll send it over in the private chat. And now, please look. So many tabs. Look at that.
Okay, so wait, is that the? Okay, there we go. Yay! Okay.
Go with a. Let's go with a cow. Let's go with a brown cow. Sure. Hey, there we go. Works.
All right.
Cool.
Success.
Yeah,
awesome.
This one was a very basic one, but if folks, now that you have the link to the repo, try out like the YouTube assistant. So that one basically lets you ask questions to a YouTube video, and uses the RAG stuff.
Okay.
And it only uses OpenAI, but it uses Meta's Phase or Phase library to vectorize the YouTube transcription. So it's pretty cool. Check it out.
Yeah, no, definitely check that out, and yeah, give Rishab a follow on in a bunch of places, but also GitHub if you want to just check out those things. And like he said, the PRs are welcome if you want to make improvements like the upgrade, etc. But that's cool. No, it's I know we didn't dig as much into LangChain, but that's cool. I'm gonna just put it on the Jumbotron again. Here's Rishab's free course on Free Code Camp's YouTube channel. So definitely check that out. And this will all be in like the show notes and stuff. But yeah, no, thanks again, Rishab, for taking the time today. It was pretty cool to see the voice AI assistant working. I know we had that initial snag, but you know, like a lot of things, it's always config or you know, errors by -1 or you know. But no, it was super cool to see that in action. So and
thank you.
Hey Tanishk, you're just joining as we're wrapping things up, but feel free to catch the replay. But yeah, thanks again, Rishab. I know you got a lot on the go too. Everybody, thanks for joining today, and thanks for the walkthrough through all this. And we'll see you in the next one. And Rishab, if you don't mind staying on for 1 second, and everybody else, we'll see you next Premierum live stream, September 8th, I believe. So.